Hey, babe.
Hey, baby.
How are you?
Good.
Well, you know what time it is, right?
I already know.
Okay. Well, it's time for that 30-day update. We're a little past 30 days of being with Storey
So
Trucking.
we late.
Yeah, well, we've been working. Uh, so as you guys can see, we're at the house. We're under the oasis. We came home um, for a week. And we just kind of want to go over a few things. I'm going to do some questions and answers. Corey's going to make a video. And then I'm going to do my thoughts. Even though we're a team, we both have different thoughts on Storey and the things that are important. So let's start with orientation. I'm going to try not to make this like an 8-hour video because there's a lot to be said. Orientation happened at the end of February.
Yeah.
I want to say around the 22nd or 23rd.
It was somewhere in between, though.
And that weekend before, we had called and spoke with Dakota. Shout out to Dakota.
Yeah.
Very, very amazing young man. And I think one of our concerns of being drivers is that, and we've all experienced it, they promise you the moon, we're going to give you this, and you're going to do that, and la da 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 da. You think it sounds great. You think it sounds like a good fit, and you get to orientation. And an hour within orientation, you're almost like, oh, God, what have I done?
Yeah.
So orientation for us was at the Chattanooga.
Chattanooga yard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Small, cute little yard, fenced in, security, nothing fancy. But that's because they give everything back to the driver.
Yeah.
So it's not a multi-million-dollar building and then the equipment isn't worth having or orientation. It was almost like sitting down with a friend.
Right.
Like I really feel that way. Like it was a friend. So what's your thoughts on the orientation process? We had a phone call with Dakota first.
Yeah.
We did the application. Everything was over the phone. I know I keep interrupting you.
The phone call. First of all, I want to say the phone call to him was, look, any husband and wife team or any of that, the husband's gonna call and try to find out, hey, what we really doing.
Well, I think more,
no,
I'm going to have to agree to disagree. Here's what I think happens. This is the wife and me. Honey, I think this sounds amazing. Okay, baby, go check it out. Because if happy wife, happy life.
That's right.
So I think if it checks off all of her buttons and everything that she thinks fits good for her solo side of her being a team, and she's happy about it, then I think the husband
get intrigued, like,
yeah, okay, well, she's happy about it. She's really liking it. What's the equipment? What's the pay? What's the home time? Because I'm not sure what she's asked or whatever.
Right.
So let's start from there. So I was excited about it. We had got word about it way back when we were with East West Express.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to make that transition. So we had a couple other transitions we had to make before we could get on to Storey.
Yeah.
So we'll take it from there. So you had your phone call.
Yeah. And when I talked to Dakota, you could tell that he's a young cat, but he's all the way about the company. He's not going to tell you nothing out of the way or that he don't know. If he don't know, he like, hey, hold on, you know what? I don't know that. Let me ask.
And he goes and asks the owner.
The owner.
Yeah.
He don't go and ask somebody
another VP
else,
or somebody in the office. Right.
He goes straight to the owner, like, hey.
And he tells you who he spoke with. Yeah. There's really good accountability.
Yeah.
And he's shared with me, he doesn't want to put something out there that's not true. Because that defeats the purpose of hiring good people and building a good foundation.
They do.
So orientation was approximately how long?
45 minutes, hour, something like that. It wasn't long at all.
Orientation?
Yeah, orientation. We wasn't there long. It seemed like we were
there long. What orientation
long.
Did you go to?
Look, it seemed like we were there long because we did the when we did the driving test.
Which, by the way, girls, you're good. If you have any amount of experience, which you're supposed to have over here, you're good. That's all I'm going to say. No worries.
Uh,
Okay, I don't know what orientation you went to, but I got there and it was like 9:30. And by the time we got done going over things and then chit-chatting and what do you like to do and where do you like to go and
Right.
how long have you all been driving and da-da-da-da-da. And then you meet the health insurance people and then I was done at 1:30. I don't maybe
Okay.
by 9:30 we're like, okay, none of this. I'm
Well,
good. Where's my truck
so
keys?
if you look at it, 9:30 to you know, for me, 9:30 to 12, I'm like, okay, the orientation over with. Because
Now
when we go out and do the driving test, I'm like, oh, I got the job. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
right. So let's also talk about this. There's a lot of trucking companies out there that feed you lunch, give you money.
They do all that.
It's almost
That's
like
true.
a bait and switch, right? They
Yeah.
bring you all this great stuff, and as soon as they get you in a truck, then they switch
Yeah.
everything that. What do you mean orientation? Well, I don't care about orientation. I'm dispatch. I don't
Right.
care about dispatch. I'm the load planner.
Right.
None of that happens. There was no lunch. There was
They ain't
water.
gonna pay for your hotel. Look, here's the biggest thing about Story that I like. They treat us like the adults that we are. Now, you are an adult. When you getting a job, you are an adult. It's on you to make sure and pay for whatever need to be paid for.
Gotta be
when
grown.
you got to be grown. It's yours.
Now. Yeah. Now, take that and swallow it with a big spoon.
Right.
They gave us our truck, which is exactly what they said they offered.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this is what you get, and then when you get there, it's a ratty asshole looking Volvo that's falling apart. And oh no, we'll give it to you after you've been here a while. They are newer trucks. They're Freightliners. They're automatics. What is that? I'm gonna talk like a girl, y'all. That hub cover thing that's on.
It's got the aerodynamic.
Such big fancy words.
Hub caps on them.
Does that save on fuel mileage, right?
It does. It helps. It helps the whole fleet with their fuel mileage and all. And I mean, some trucks got them and some trucks don't. Most of their trailers are fairly good. They got chicken lights down the side of them and nice
floors are good,
units
chutes are good. Oh, by the way, guys, we run reefer units.
Yeah, it's all reefer, y'all. It's all reefer, y'all.
So, trucks are newer. They have inverter. What size is the inverter? I don't 25?
I think it's 2500.
Has a refrigerator in it.
Yeah, it comes with a refrigerator.
I'm not going to get this right either. 70 on the pedals, 73 on the cruise?
No, it's,
no, see, I told you
70, it's 72 on the foot and 73 on the cruise.
All right. And the unit that we use is the Samsara.
Yeah, Samsara.
Which freaked me out.
So
after 22 years of driving, I'm like, what is this?
This
ended up being the easiest.
Yeah, it is.
Took me about a week or so of touching the buttons and knowing, because everything is usually so gotta put this code in. You gotta know your driver's code. You gotta know your team partner's code. Like, so easy.
Nah, you ain't gotta worry about none of that with Samsara. I like the Samsara. System.
You were excited about it.
I was.
I was like, whatever. He handles all that.
When we had our company, we actually, we had Samsara, and it was awesome. At least for me on the background side, so I can just imagine, being on the front side and being able to use it. And so you get the Samsara. It gives you a iPad, and I mean, it's real easy to navigate.
Here's the thing I liked. A lot of times now we're so taking photographs and sending in.
Oh, yeah.
Here's showing my age. We used to use Trip Pack. And you don't do that. That unit has the camera built in, so none of that is on your phone. You have had to use your phone a couple of times just because you had already finalized the paperwork, and we have a regular dispatcher on this side, and then we have Tina that handles the West Coast.
Yep.
So Tina was like, just shoot a picture of it if you don't mind with your phone.
Yep.
Send it direct to me. That way I can just walk it over to such and such desks and we'll get it handled. All right, so we've talked about where we did our orientation. We talked about orientation. talked about the truck. I don't know what else you guys want to know about the truck. We've got a couple of videos on TikTok.
It's a new truck.
It's a new truck. It's beautiful.
it
It has
ain't
the
gonna
Sirius
be-
radio, but you got to pay for it.
You got to pay for your own Sirius stuff. You grown.
Yeah, you're grown.
You grown.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pay for your own stuff. But it all weighs out, man. Regardless of, yeah, you got to pay for it, but it weighs out. If you're grown about your situation and you put money to the side for those things that you want.
In all
you never
fairness,
gotta worry
there's
about
trucking companies not paying people enough to even do that.
And I get that.
So I would rather just say, if you're going to make the transition to here, here's what they do, here's what they don't do.
Right.
And then you'll have to make a decision on how you're going to make that happen.
That's true.
Number 2, we do not take the truck home.
Nope.
So we have a yard in Henniger, Alabama, and a yard in Chattanooga.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the 2 places. So you have to be willing to travel or relocate. You got a hummingbird behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Or relocate or whatever. We live in very South Georgia. And on a good day, it's a 4-hour drive. I will tell you it's well worth it. We're going to talk about our pay. We're going to talk about everything. That'll be something that you'll have to decide on yourself whether it's worth it.
Right.
Got to be grown. That, I guess, is going to be the segment. You got to be grown.
Got to be grown.
And you got to learn how to do your taxes and how to get things wrote off and things that
Yeah.
you can do in the trucking world. Orientation, equipment. We use the Loves.
Yeah, all
to fuel.
little short stops.
We don't pay for our reefer fuel. I'm trying to think of everything. If I don't talk about it, someone may post to be like, well, what about? Oh, you can have a pet. They
Yep.
don't charge a fee.
Nope.
They expect you to keep your equipment clean.
Mm-hmm.
You go, let's talk about pay. Let's talk about the elephant in the room,
Okay.
because
Okay.
people are going to say, well, they don't pay. Kennesaw pays more. East West did pay more. Okay, so
All right.
first of all, let me say this.
Okay.
If I offered you $500 a mile and you got excited about it, but I only moved you a mile a week, you're still only making $500.
$500.
If you're making 40 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents a mile, and as a team, we all like to run, we say the sweet spot is 4,800 to 52. That's what we like. I'm going to actually make more money as a team doing that.
Then you would.
Then,
at
so
500
just because
per
they
mile,
pay more
yeah.
doesn't mean you make more. That's what I want to say
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Now I want to reiterate on the mileage
Okay.
and pay. Now, a lot of people they're gonna get scratching their head when you tell them, well, a team come in making 52 cent split. There's a lot that could be said on that, but I'm not gonna go into all of that. Fellas, if y'all are with your wives on these trucks and y'all need to know or need some tips, holla at me. Now, on the other side of that, when it comes down to the mileage, these folks got the miles to give it to you. So yeah, you may be making what is it split? The 22. We don't split hours.
Yeah, nothing in our
So-
household is split because Storey is made for husband and wives.
Yeah, it really
Or a
is.
solid boyfriend girlfriend
Right.
type of environment. It's
Right.
not made for two brothers running two separate households.
I mean,
I will agree that if that's the case, the 52 cents is probably not enough to support two individual households.
And I
in
do
all
understand
fairness,
that is fair.
that's a
That
fair
is
thing
fair.
to say.
Yeah.
I have my sheet, and the reason why I brought my sheet is because we're not big and fancy over here. I don't want to tell no lies. I don't want to make Dakota's job even more difficult than it already is. And as you can see, here's my sheet, and it says Storey on it. So, yeah, I just want to show that it's legit. So, on that sheet, it clearly states 52 cents with an
Yeah.
average of. We have been here a month. Have we averaged what that sheet says?
Yeah, we've averaged.
Have we
Yeah.
have we made more than what that sheet says?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Have we run out of hours while we've been on the road?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Have we had to run our recap?
Yeah.
Yep. Got to be grown. You got to know how to do your logs
Yeah.
over here. Here, baby, I'll take that back so the wind doesn't blow it. So, that being said, every week, oh, well, let's go back. Wait a minute. How often do we get paid?
Every time I get back to the East Coast, 24 hours later, money in the bank.
Yeah, and East Coast doesn't mean New York, y'all.
No.
So this company runs Georgia to the West Coast. I did not say West. I did not say Georgia to only California. I said to the West Coast. So we have been to Idaho. We have been to
Idaho,
Vegas, California, Yuma, and that's been it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been it.
That's it.
And what we do is we normally pick up carpet. If anybody's been out in this world in Georgia, you know what we're picking up. So we picked up carpet, and that's all of Mohawk, and it's all the same customers. And so far, I'm not saying rule of thumb, so don't go taking it to Dakota, be like, she said, da, 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 da. So far, it has been preloaded.
Yeah.
It's a lot of drop and hook, which means you take an empty, you go to Mohawk, you pick up your load, you leave them the empty for the next whatever, and you head out to the West Coast.
I like that, too, about them. We've did more drop and hook than we have sitting at a dock. We've only sat at a dock. We sat on the dock twice in Cali. Once in Cali and once in Yuma.
You forgot about Vegas and the potatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right, baby. So,
okay,
so let's say in a month 5 times.
So, yeah. I mean, 4 or 5 times.
And the longest, I think, was 3 hours.
Oh, I don't even remember.
There's something about the relationship they have with their customers that it's...
Yeah, they do.
There's something. Because they've been in business for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And there's 40 trucks.
I think so, 40, 50.
And a handful of solos. They're not hiring for solos. Do not call Dakota and ask for if they're hiring solos. There's a waiting list for solos.
That ought to tell you something.
Yeah. I don't want to get sidetracked. Okay, so let's go back to the pay. So if we pick up, this is just hypothetically, if you pick up in Georgia today, and most everything is a 3-day delivery. That's what it feels like. That's what it's been averaging.
2.5, 3 days.
Yeah. We go out to California, and they may or may not deadhead us to the Fontana yard with a preloaded that a solo's already picked up for us. They may deadhead us to Yuma, to a yard that a solo has already picked up to us. People are going to be like, oh my God, that's such a long deadhead. It doesn't matter. The miles.
You're getting paid for the miles.
You're getting paid for the miles. So you're banking the miles.
You ought to be willing to deadhead from California back to Georgia.
Absolutely.
You get paid for the miles.
What do you always say? You got to pay me.
You got to pay me.
So then we pick up in Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we deliver out the West Coast on Thursday. May or may not pick up Thursday night, but we'll have a load by Friday.
Right.
And have a delivery back in Georgia on Monday. As soon as we get back to Georgia on Monday, now listen to me, everybody. As soon as you get back on Monday, if it's before 2 p.m. Georgia time, that payroll's going to deposit that day. If it's after 2 p.m., that run out and back will deposit the following day. Okay? The only other time is if you deliver back on a weekend. There's nobody in the office to process your payroll, or if it's a holiday. So if you get back to Georgia on a Saturday, that's going to pay out on a Monday. If you get back in Monday as a holiday, it's not going to pay out until Tuesday. Your bank must be open. But we have had... last week, timing was perfect. Our paychecks were $1,500 and some change a piece on Tuesday, and another, was it 13?
Like 13 and some change
a piece on Friday. On Friday.
So we got back late Thursday, so they took it in on Friday.
So we made over $3,000 deposited on Tuesday. And close to like $2,700 or $2,800 on Friday. I don't have my payroll in front of you. If anybody was to ever question it, I'd be more than glad to share it without personal information. On top of that, I don't know how many times we've been told, oh, we have bonus, we have this, we have that, for the miles that you run.
But you never get it.
But you never get it because the load canceled conveniently at the last time, or at this or that, whatever. We made our bonus check. The unique thing about Storey is that it is on picked up loads, not delivered loads.
Right.
That's how you get your miles.
Yep.
We ran 22,070 miles
Yep.
in a 30-day period with a home time of 5 days.
Yep.
If y'all been out here any length of time, you can do the math on that. I got to go home in the middle of that. And the way that works is that the miles that you run, so you run miles all of February, whatever you get February pays you in a separate check.
Yep.
On the 10th of the following month. I actually got paid on my home time, and they paid us. You split the bonus cents per mile, but not the miles. No, I got that wrong.
You split the miles, not the...
Okay, so because it was over 22,000, I got 11,000 miles and some change times... Do you remember the cents?
14 cents.
14 cents, because we went over the 22,000. I have a sheet here. They have a bracket. If you run,
it's on this.
Yeah, I was gonna go over it.
It's on this sheet right now.
Yeah, it's hard to see. Just turn it around. Yeah. So. Yeah, the wind is blowing. It really can't be seen. But anyway, so I made $1,535. Hubby made $1,535. That's all within 9 days. We got paid on Tuesday.
Yeah,
we got paid on Thursday, and we got paid today.
And today.
I'm not going to say any more than that. I told you the amounts. I'd be more than glad to show you payroll. Everybody say, "Oh, that's cap. That's a lie. She's just trying to be a recruiter." No, I'm just trying to share information. I've been out here 22 years. Hubby been out here 22 years.
Look, I'm going to say this. I don't care if you come or not.
Yeah, right.
Because we over here. We making our money. It's on y'all to find out if you think we are lying or not. If you think that, come check it out and see.
And if it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. All right, so that's been, have to help me recap. Storey Trucking, orientation, the equipment, how often we get paid, what routes we run. We talked about using Loves for fuel. They do offer an advance. I don't know how much it is. I don't take the advance. I think
it's 200 or something like
150, 200, something.
My baby don't even fuel, so she don't even get to see that it comes up on the the fuel card thing. But we don't use that.
I will tell you the best location for a hotel for orientation is the Drury Inn. DRURY in Chattanooga. Dakota will have the information. Let me give you the scoop on it. Hot tub inside, heated swimming pool, a beautiful 7 buffet station, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a really nice bar of those that would like to have a drink, really nice rooms. Pets are allowed. They're going to charge you $50 for your pet as long as the room isn't destroyed. You'll get that the following week. They'll give that back to you. The great thing about it, for every night that you spend there, you get the free buffet of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you also get free coupons for drinks. That's your choice. Food was exceptional, very clean. Oh, they have a weight room for you guys if you guys want to go lift weights, or girls, and laundry facility. I do know that there's a lot of teams that don't live in our area. And so when they go out and come back and they take a 34, instead of doing it in a truck, they'll do that. And I want to say it's roughly $200 a night. A lot of people are going to freak out. It's well worth it. You're not paying for food. You're not paying for drinks. You've got a hot tub. You've got laundry facilities. It's super clean. It's super safe.
It's nice. It's
shares
really
the same
nice.
Parking lot as the mall. So any of those that want to go get a haircut, get a nails, take your wife to the movies, go out to dinner.
All of that.
Your
right
personal
there
vehicle is
distance.
at the yard, so it's not a big deal to drive. Okay. They even offer towels for the swimming pool, so you don't even got to worry about that. That would be my choice. I don't know about the other hotels. They're not going to pay you for the hotel. They're not going to reimburse you. You're not going to rent a car. You're not going to get any reimbursements. You're going to be grown. All right, so that talks about orientation. First trip out, I don't have anything to say about any of the loads. They're pretty straight and narrow. We run I-10, we run I-20. I've not seen I-40 yet. You pretty much do your own routing, and we're non-forced dispatch. I don't even know how that would apply here because unless maybe, well, like the lady for hours, they don't keep track of your 70 hours. They expect you to be grown and be able to say, nope, I can run my recap. If you don't say anything about your hours, you're just going to keep getting load after load after load. You are not going to do a 34 on the West Coast. Not going to happen. They do that on Georgia side. You're going to run out and back first before you can do that.
Right.
And they worked with us. We ran out of hours. Corey called dispatch. We spoke. It was fine. Guess what? A solo showed up. Another team showed up. They repowered our load. We took theirs. It was not a problem. We didn't lose miles. The team didn't lose miles. We already knew the trailer was going to be in good shape. And we do scaling. They do the cat scale ticket thing.
Yep. All of that is on your Samsara.
Yep. You don't have to worry about that. And you must weigh every load. Don't try to get away with not because it's a paper trail in case they need to repower. So the next person that gets it has it and doesn't have to use their time to go and do the scaling of the load. Any of that I didn't cover that you want to talk about? We do run up in the wintertime. Let me tell you about that experience. When we were in orientation, I said, probably not the best team for that, but I'm not going to refuse the load. So if you're patient with us, we'll be patient with you, and we will give you 100% of what we can do. Well, we all know that they had many storms that came through. I actually have a video of us driving in it on our TikTok, Heather Browning 70, by the way, if you want to see it. They didn't push us.
Nope.
They checked on us.
Oh, yeah.
We said, hey, we're just not ready yet. We're going to try to make it to the next truck. We made an effort, and they were patient with us. No animosity, no punishment, no nothing. As long as you got good communication, we carry chains. We don't put them on. They would rather you park, and they will compensate. They're really good about that. We were up in Little America, for those of you that know that area. Yeah, it was great. I hope to go back in warmer weather. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. Oh, we have pre-pass. Getting green lights all the time. Hit and miss in banning. I got a green light the last time.
I got a green light.
You got a green light, but then the time before that,
we had to go in.
We had to go in. So that's not been an issue either. Permit books are put together. They're perfect. They're great. Maintenance is great. Here's the thing about maintenance. When you come in, you'll write it up. They'll show you how to do all that. You roll up the little slip in the window, and Dakota goes out, or the shop goes out and checks to see what needs to be done. Guess what? You're not taking it to Freightliner. They're going to take it to Freightliner for you.
They do all of
that
for you.
They do all of it for you.
None of that.
They don't cover truck washes, y'all. You can get it washed out at the yard if you want. You can put it up, and Dakota or one of the shop guys will come, and they've got a pressure wash, and they wash it up and whatever. But they take care of trailer washouts.
Right.
We choose not to. We just go to the Blue Beacon when it needs it, and I put it off on my taxes.
That's it.
We'll do that when we go out, and it lasts. It's nice and clean for the 2 or 3 weeks. The inside is already clean when we leave, so when we get back, all Corey's got to do is go get it washed, and it's fine. And it's fine. I have no qualms. They offer so much stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We have health insurance. We have life insurance. We have dental insurance. We get a raise next year.
Yeah, you get a raise every year.
Is it every year? Because I don't want to say that if it's not.
That's what's on there.
No, it's just it just says second year. We'll go to 56 cents.
All right, so I misquoted then because I thought it was on there. It says every year, but yeah, it goes up. What is it?
Well, we started at 52 cents, and next year we'll be making a base rate of 56 cents.
So, yeah,
with all the bonuses.
It goes up 4 cents.
So bonus at 19,000 miles is 6 cents per mile for all miles ran. So you run 16,000 miles. Nope, sorry. 19,000 miles, you divide it in half.
Yeah, you divide the miles.
And you would make 6 cents.
6 cents.
And
Yep.
then the next bonus is 20,000 miles, and it's 8 cents. So your average weekly gross pay is $1,300 to $1,500 each.
Easy.
Even after taxes, after your insurance, and I think you got health on all of us, and then I took all I did the life insurance, and you know, vision. I did vision since I wear glasses. And I think you did dental.
I did.
Average mileage bonus per person is $1,540 each, and we did $1,535. So this sheet of paper is right on. Let's talk about the sign-on bonuses. There is a sign-on bonus for the teams, and it says, yeah, paid out weekly for 16 weeks. You're not going to go in and they're going to write you a check for $2,500.
No.
But sign-on bonus is $5,000, and it's $2,500
each.
Sorry, guys, the wind's blowing. We're out on the porch. Yeah.
And how they pay that out is they give you, I think it's like $150, $175.
You could look on your payroll real quick. I'm using your phone, but we've been getting it.
It's been like $150 to $175, I think. And you get that every time you get paid.
Right. So if I come back on a Tuesday, I get it. If I come back on a Thursday and I make payroll, I get it. Okay. Yep. A referral. It says a solo referral, but I talked to Dakota and they currently have a freeze on solos.
Yep.
So your team referral bonus, any active driver that recruits a team will be paid $750 after the new team has worked for 30 days. And $750 more after the new team has worked 6 months. Then they'll be paid $1,000 each month for 6 months to accumulate $7,500 for each team that you recruit. Sure, I would love to have the bonus. Yes, I talk about Storey, but not just for the bonus. I mean, we're not.
I don't care nothing about that bonus.
No, I
mean, it's good that they
and it's a big one,
and it's a nice amount.
But those may say, well, that's the only reason why they're doing the videos, and everybody has their own opinion.
If people know us, then they know that we've been doing this.
Yeah.
Whether we are here at Storey or
there's other videos of where we've been.
Have been. So yeah, it ain't about because some places that we've been that we do this, they don't pay no bonus. So
all right, so I'm going to, is there anything else that you'd like to add? Because I'm not going to end it, but we're going to flip it. I'm going to get this sheet out.
Nope, I think I'm good.
You like the customers?
I love the customers.
No real heavy loads. Even the potatoes.
No,
I had never done potatoes before.
So the potato loads are not the average potato loads that you would normally do, where they put the plastic down and put the potatoes in on the floor.
You're talking foreign to me.
They actually these are.
Weren't they the bag potatoes like we buy in the grocery store in 10-pound bags, like in crates?
Yeah, but they was in boxes on pallets.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was, I mean, it was awesome.
They provide you the load straps. They provide you the
load locks,
load
straps.
All of that. And when you drop and hook and whatever, and you swap with the solo is to give you what he or she has on her tractor, because yours is inside the trailer.
Yep.
So it goes around and around. Let me do this too. We have, I don't know all of them yet. Right now, we're still in Yuma, those that run produce. You know, we're getting ready to leave there probably the end of this month.
Yep.
They're already making some transitions. We've noticed when we were out there, there's a few. Some of the fields are starting to look empty. And we have a yard in Yuma that we use. I have not bumped a dock yet in Yuma. No. I don't mind to. We get detention. We get layovers. But we haven't had to do that. I've been told from a solo that when we go to Salinas, we have a drop yard in Soledad, which is outside Salinas, right off the interstate, super easy in and out. And teams don't go to the customers now, don't go to Dakota and say, she said we didn't. I didn't say we were never. I'm telling you, we haven't experienced it. There's been a lot of drop and hook. Yep. We've only been here 30 days. it's our 30-day review. I will do another one in 90 days. I will
That's
do
right.
another one in 6 months. So I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Y'all know how we do.
We also have a drop yard in Fontana. It is not ours only. There's a couple of different trucking companies
Yep.
that are in there. Very easy to get into off the 215.
Yep.
Not hard at all. We've pretty much been on I-10, I-20, and I-30. We haven't seen I-40. But that's where the drop yards are. I don't know nothing about Seattle, Washington. We haven't been to Idaho. I think they like to put the teams on those that enjoy being there.
Right.
They want to keep their teams happy. Let me tell you something. Every time we've been to the yard, the owner has come out and shook my husband's hand.
Yeah, it's a real honor to work somewhere where they actually really appreciate you, and you should appreciate them. I mean, it's an honor to work at a company.
We
like
have
that.
Lots of contests. Okay, guys, we also do the Infinity safety videos. You must do it. We're at 93%.
Yeah.
But they do a drawing. And honey, did you win? Yeah.
I won.
And a gift card.
I won a gift card. It's a $50 gift card. I want a nice coffee mug.
It says Storey. You got one of the hats on. It's kind of hard for us to see with the roof.
I got a nice hat.
Yeah, you got 3 hats.
I got 3 hats.
A beautiful bath towel, like for the beach. That is.
Oh, can I show that?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, I guess we'll sit and watch the hummingbirds.
So, look at this towel, man.
It's upside down, boo.
This is a nice. Now, I mean, for y'all big men, like me, I'm kind of big, man. So, man, look at this towel.
I could curl up and make it a blanket if I needed to.
It's really, really nice, man. It's soft. I'm like, wow, okay.
And here's the thing. He's never even won a pencil in his life.
No, man.
Not only that, you got a beautiful new bag, Carhartt bag, that he just packed because we're getting ready to leave here in a little bit to go back to work. And all of this trucking stuff fit in it. What were those Storey connector things for the phone and the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're actually phone connectors, so you can charge your phone chargers.
Yeah, they just were really, really generous.
Yeah. It
with
was a lot.
You winning the drawing and a $50 gift card. So
that was pretty cool.
You feel really appreciated, guys. That's what I want to say. In fact, I'm not going to hand out names or anything, but a couple weeks ago, we got a phone call and said, are you guys okay? We miss you. You guys are running so hard, we haven't even seen you. Are you going to be ready for home time soon? What? You asked us what? And I said, no, not yet. Hubby wants to try to get that bonus. Oh, you trying to get that bonus? Yeah, okay. Well, here, I'm going to give you this load, and I'm going to tell Tina, and then that'll happen, and we ended up with 22,070 miles.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to get the bonus.
Yeah.
They want you. It got cool, didn't it? The wind started blowing. It got chilly. We almost need to move into the sun. Well, that was 40 minutes. I'm going to go over this sheet, too. Anything else that you want to say?
I'm good. Y'all come on over here. Come on.
All right, so excuse how we do this. I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to read off the sheet a little bit and touch. It's so cold, I'm shivering. All right, what do you tell the people?
Hello.
All right. So, just so that you can see, they give you this handy dandy folder. It's got all this cool stuff in it. This is the sheet that we were talking to you about that they handed out. So you can see it's legit. It's their bonuses. It's simple. Simple, guys. All you got to do is go to work. This is detention pays and rules and what they pay. Oh, by the way, we do no chicken loads. $10 hour per driver paid to driver starting off the 3rd hour, but I haven't had to get it because I haven't had any detention. Breakdown pay refers to any approved delay that happens in transit. Breakdown encompasses issues related to weather, maintenance / breakdown, and other approved issues that interfere with your on duty. Is a rate of $10 per driver paid to the driver After the 3rd hour, if the breakdown, even due to weather, exceeds 12 hours, you're going to make a rate of $125 each. And they did do that, y'all. When we got up into on I-80 and it got to be whiteout conditions, she even pulled up the road cameras and said, yep, I can see that. I can see that it's bad. We got paid for that. Layovers when a driver's delayed for excessive amount of time that causes him or her to be held over into the next workday. It's $125 per 24-hour period per driver. Okay? They also have special circumstances where they were, if the truck can't be used, they'll help you get, do a hotel and you'll get paid for that if it's a breakdown that way. Stop pay, $25 per driver, starting at the first stop. Now, we have had loads. The one for Vegas, we picked up, we had a stop. They took merchandise, carpet, and flooring off the back end of the trailer. Then we took it to a yard and dropped it and picked up a reefer unit and deadheaded all the way to Yuma.
Yep.
I don't know why people get in a twisted state of mind when they're like, it's not even loaded, I got to deadhead. It doesn't matter. It's the same rate of pay. You're going to the yard to pick up a load to bring it back here. Here's something really cool I got to experience. I don't know how many people we got from Georgia or the ATL, but I got to go to the farmer's market. I've never been. That was really cool because there was nobody there. That delivery is a drop and hook, and you can get there anytime. And so, being that hubby is a Georgia boy, he knew exactly what time to go in and where and what, and that was a sweet deal. There was no traffic, there was no nothing. That was a really cool experience. So that's one of the customers that we have brought back for is, where else have we delivered? I know, right? I'm like, thank you, sir, may I have another? Like, when I get the load and I'm halfway back, I'm like, okay, this load is done. I'm in Alabama. I'm going to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah. We delivered in...
Where?
Alabama.
We did.
We delivered in...
Oh, the carport thing.
Yep. We delivered in... that was Alabama.
Right.
We delivered twice there.
Right. Drop and hook?
Yes, drop and hook there.
A lot of this I sleep through because the appointments are in...
We did 2 to Forest Park. Both of those was drop and hook. And we did 1 to Dalton, which was a drop and hook.
Wasn't one of those we brought some carpet or something back too, didn't we? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just having the best look.
It's flooring, some kind of flooring. I don't know if it was carpet or not, but it was some type of flooring.
The best time, and I'm so upset that's not everybody is over here having the best time. 22 years.
Yeah.
Not bragging. It's been a hard road. I had a 5-year plan.
I think we all did.
Yeah. Started with Old Dominion. Started with U.S. Express. I've been there, done that. Not that I know everything. And I've already expected when you go into orientation, yeah, they're going to tell you whatever. Takes you 90 days, y'all. If you look back on your career, it takes you 90 days to figure it out before the BS starts or you're already starting and looking. Here's the second thing that happens. If they leave you sitting, your mindset, you're like, okay, I'll give them a couple hours, whatever. Then a couple hours turns into 4. And then everybody that was there is gone and you're still left to be the one in the parking lot waiting. So now you're getting even more mad. And now this is where you start to look for a job. This is where, where do I go? Who do I trust?
Storey Trucking. Heather and Corey Brown, the Storey Trucking.
Some may disagree with you. I'm not out here to do anything but to share positive vibes, good information, the way I've been treated, the way I treat people. That's the other thing. You can't just treat people any kind of way you want and expect to get everything you want back. It's a give and take. Sure. These customers over here are amazing. The owner of this company is amazing. If I end up having a bad something or other, I will share it. I haven't experienced it. This is our first 30 days. Truck runs so good. It really does. I have some of that stupid lane deferment stuff, and it beeps and it
It's
does
a 2025. So
I am 5'7". It's super easy to run. The little refrigerator doesn't hold much, but it holds enough bologna, chips, whatever. We have still have the Gallants. If you guys don't know what that is, that's the little microwave deal that he got me from Home Depot. That it bakes, it microwaves, it's a convection oven. So
we got that on our channel. So if y'all got questions about what the Gallants is,
$99 Walmart.
Look on there, you'll see it.
The I can make melted cheese tortillas and lift a cup of soup and grilled cheese sandwiches and pizza. We're like, I can do what I need to do. It's not gonna hold a lot of ice cubes, you know, but I'm thankful that the owner was nice enough to think about, hey, it would be a nice thing to have.
That's right.
Truck runs fast enough. I don't need to go any faster.
No.
I got off track. Sorry, guys. So monthly mileage bonus. All driver miles are calculated using a PC miler. Monthly miles included. All dispatched loads for the month and calculated by the ship date, not deliver date. So anything that you get in. So if what I'm trying to say to you is, if you're short 1,600 miles and you pick up on the very last day, but it doesn't deliver to the 3rd, those miles are still going to be counted for that following month's bonus check. I gotta sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you.
You tricked me. Insurance, safety incentives, $25 bonus for all clean DOT inspections. And then this is a cool little outline that you're going to get all this in orientation. I just want to show you that what they say is what it is. Fuel at Love's when possible. If not, get fuel wherever you can. Of course, you would like you to be cheaper on the fuel. Maybe don't fill up. Maybe get enough to get to the next Love's. Make sure that you test your reefer unit before you go out west. Turn it on. Make sure it runs. Corey already goes and puts fuel in it on the Georgia side before we leave out. Then he don't have to worry about it again. Right. Now he's not looking for a place to get fuel in Yuma or Los Angeles or Las Vegas and driving around the traffic. It's already done. Cranks it up, make sure it runs, because that trailer is going to be used for somebody else to go get produce or a refrigerated load. I think we do produce. I think we do medical, carpet, flooring. So far, that's what we've experienced. Yeah. Verify the temp on the paperwork is set to the proper reefer temp. We need to make sure we do that. You guys know that if you're hauling any reefer unit, check with your dispatcher once empty out west to see if you need a trailer washout. So far we haven't experienced that. A lot of the times the solos already make sure the trailers are all clean and they're all good. And we do the same thing for the solos. We don't leave them a dirty, crappy inside trailer at the yard. I've just told you all, be considerate, be respectful. These are some amazing people over here. There are some amazing teams over here. There's teams that have, if you look, we have a Facebook page, Storey Trucking. It's on Facebook. Happy anniversary, 13 years, 8 years, 6 years. There's one team that I'm not even sure lived in our area, bought a beautiful RV outside of Chattanooga, and they come home and do a reset.
Go to the RV.
Yeah, I'm thinking that sounds amazing.
That's fly.
Let's talk about home time. There's nothing to talk about. It's the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Say, what we're going to talk about?
That's what I'm saying. So I told them when we hired, we'd like to do two turns. In our book, that means Georgia, out west and back. Georgia, out west and back. I want to go home for 4 or 5 days. The way I calculate that is most people work Monday through Friday. They get the weekends off. Mm-hmm. That's 2 weekends that I've ran, but I also live 3.5, 4 hours away. I always go up the day before, get the truck settled. I let Senior do whatever he wants to do. I only drive days. So we work it out. We've been teaming a long time. I don't know how everybody else does it. I only drive days. I do not see very well at night anymore. So we make that happen. It's a good time for him this year because the clock's changed, and so it doesn't get dark until 9 o'clock. So my day is extended.
Sleep.
So yeah, it works itself out really well. Some teams go out and back and they do a restart. A lot of our teams are not in their 20s or 30s. I can respect that. I get it. Not sure if I had an RV at a campground that I could just turn around and go do another load. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be wanting to go fishing.
We just ran 3 turns. We just told you it was for the month because we had a run we came home, and then we did 3 more turns.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we calculated the 22,000 and whatever. Y'all, the 3 turns kicked in my butt. I am not gonna lie. To the point where I was just like, but then they had a load we went and picked up, and I almost just said, no, I'll do one more, but no, I had to come home.
You still got it anyway, though. You got one just like it.
Yeah, it's going to Calexico, guys. It's super, super easy. Routing super easy. That was a live unload that we did. Yeah, that was the other live
unload.
In what, 20 minutes?
25 minutes, they got you out of there.
And the truck stop, a little Speedway truck stop, right there. They're building a 1.9.
Yep.
I could do that load every week.
That is a
hey,
great
Dakota,
load.
if you see this, I could do that load every week without qualms. Although I'd miss my Salinas strawberry cake up in Salinas at the old truck stop. Hey, y'all, in Salinas, right across the street from the Pilot, there's the traffic light, 4-way light.
Yep.
If you pull up to the traffic light off the interstate and the Pilot is on your right, don't turn right, make a left, and go down 2 businesses on the right. There's the trailer washout. It's the old truck stop. They have the best food in there and the best strawberry Cool Whip dessert you'll ever eat. Anyway,
them ribs off the chain, they falling off the bone, y'all.
Yeah, and if any of
we're gonna do some review when we get out there. If we get a chance to get out there,
I just don't know if we're gonna get it. We may have to make a point to go do it.
To just go and do it
once you get the load, or you're like, hey, before we get this empty drop, let's go over here and do what we need.
We'll go over there and do a review for y'all.
I don't even know the name of them. How disrespectful. I'm so sorry, y'all. I just call it the old Salinas truck stop. Safety incentives. I encourage you all, if nothing else, if any part of this video is intriguing, curious, you're unhappy where you're at, call Dakota. I would tell you, my husband and I met at Kennesaw. Yes, Kennesaw pays more per mile, but we are different than Kennesaw. We ran almost a year at East West. Shout out to East West. Y'all, you had different ideas and plans of things that you wanted to do. If you liked East West and you like Kennesaw is dragging their feet on miles, or you don't like something that's happening, maybe you don't like running the R&L freight, I don't know. East West, we all know basically what happened to East West. They decided to go owner, operator, lease, purchase. If either one of those companies you were happy with, or you liked what they had to offer, you need to call Storey. It's the closest thing, right?
Yeah.
You agree?
Oh, yeah.
Closest thing. They allow pets, but we don't charge a fee. Yep. We have the inverter, so does Kennesaw.
Yep.
Kennesaw and Storey is running dang near the identical freight, except we don't do chicken.
Exactly.
Kennesaw does the chicken. East West was running carpet. Here's the other thing. We don't, sometimes I feel so silly. What do you call that when you have to run around and pick up multiple? That's LTL, right?
Yeah.
You got to go to different places to load the trailer to get a whole trailer full. Mm-hmm. Brokered freight. There's no brokered freight, y'all. These are customers that they've had for years. Mr. Storey, I think we calculated, I think that started in 69. You'd have to ask Dakota.
It is 69. 1969 is when they started.
And I don't know if they started in Henniker. I think they started in Henniker first.
I'm not sure about that.
And then they got the Chattanooga.
Well, I know the Chattanooga yard is new, so
and the Chattanooga yard has a bathroom, y'all. It doesn't have a shower. It doesn't have anything.
It don't have a whole bunch of the bells and whistles,
no.
But it's for you to come in, take your time off, or pick up your load, use the restroom, check your equipment, and get back on the road.
Yeah, the other thing, let's talk about the paperwork. They give you these envelopes, right, babe? You do the majority of so you don't have to go into detail, because they will in orientation.
Yeah.
But that trip pack is, you don't have to have the paperwork turned in to get paid, but you do have to do all your photographs with the Samsara unit.
You must do all of your pictures.
BOL.
Yeah, you got to send all of your signed BOLs and stuff in. Once you send all of that stuff in, once you get back over to Georgia side, you'll get paid. You'll get paid.
I think the last one.
We actually had two that we had left out, because we we had to turn around and head on back.
We don't see the yard.
We
It's
wanted
not like
another
you
load.
come to the yard and drop off. You actually, when you come in, and we went to the farmer's market,
Yep.
we pick up and empty. Then from there, we went and picked up carpet. We
And
dropped
it was
our
a
emptied
dropping
carpet,
hook.
and it was a
Yep.
dropping hook. So we dropped our empty there, picked up the loaded, and went back
And took off
to California.
Yep.
I think that's it. I apologize if I didn't touch on something somebody wanted.
If we didn't touch on something that you want to know about, hey man, look, like, share, comment. Let me know. Ask us.
I don't follow none of that. My husband takes care of all that.
I look at it all.
Yeah, I've got a TikTok, Heather Browning 70. What is yours? Do you know what yours is?
I don't know my TikTok. It's the one with the Jeep on it. So y'all look for the Jeep.
I think it's CB.
Y'all know my Jeep name. My Jeep name.
Oh, we're so pathetic. Anyway, it's there. Or you can call Dakota.
Yeah.
Do you have Dakota's number handy?
Not on me. Not. I have to.
We're so
It's
prepared.
in my phone.
Look, we're so prepared. Look, we're so down to earth, y'all.
It's real.
Here it is.
Oh, there you go.
Look.
You want Dakota number? Booyah. There you go right there. There you go. Call Dakota if you don't understand something or need to know more info or any of that. Call Dakota.
Or you want to question what we just said? Hey, it's some chick and husband on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Look,
you can most definitely call them.
We're Heather and Corey Browning. We're from Georgia.
And you notice that we're telling you guys our name. We're not telling you our truck number or our driver number or any of that. They know us by our name.
It's hilarious. The first time you called and dispatch said, "Hey Corey, how you doing?"
Yeah.
You looked at me and you said, awesome. So then that's
yeah, they didn't even ask, okay, what's your truck number? None of that. They was like, hey, Corey. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
So we've been home for 7 days.
Yeah.
Longer than typical companies will let you. The home time, I think,
Ready
is
to
kind
go.
I just think the home time is kind of what you want. You can go out and back and you can take the night off. You could do 2 or 3 turns. You could stay out for a month. You could stay out for 3 months. And you're just not going to do your restarts on the West Coast. You're going to have to go out and come back and then decide if you're going to do another load, do laundry, go down the truck stop, hit the Loves, whatever. That all being said, I appreciate the support. I hope you take this information and call Dakota, and I'm going to encourage you to do so. You don't have to take the job, but if you're looking for something better, you're looking for it, but we all know when we got our CDLs, it's not a job, it's a lifestyle.
Yep.
This company here is providing me a much easier lifestyle. I'm not here to convince you. I just want to share the information. I'm trying to be as real as possible. Yes, please mention Heather and Corey Browning that you saw us on YouTube or you saw some of the stuff on TikTok. Again, they have a Facebook page. It's under Storey Trucking Company. You can find it. Dakota is the only recruiter. The office is small. It's like 7 people. They've kept their overhead small so that they can offer really nice new equipment, offer you bonuses. And
They get you what you want.
Yeah.
They get you what you need.
I'm gonna tell you what I always tell everybody is learn to invest in yourself. Find like-minded people to keep you encouraged and motivated. Stay blessed, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.